on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Lots to get to today. Hope you don't get fooled by April Fool's Day. A lot of gullible people out there having a bad day. I can already tell. It's going to be a rough day for the gullible ones. Bill, I can see you being a active person in Fool's Day back in the day in high school.
Not really. No,
Really?
no. It's kind of like it's like New Year's Eve. It's amateur hour. Yeah,
100.
Yeah, it's like no, I don't know.
I was wondering.
appreciate
I'd
that.
like to have my fun maybe more like on like a Tuesday, like in February or something. Let's see if I can pull a prank on somebody.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but not on
It's
prank
like it's
day.
total amateur hour.
Yeah, it's just like National Prank Day. Yeah. Stop.
Yeah, I do got a little announcement to make.
What's that? Oh, wait, breaking news?
Hold it.
No breaking
Yeah.
news. I'm just not gonna.
Okay.
I won't be here
What?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday.
Whoa.
What, can he, this is
April Fools.
Oh! He got it. He got. That's actually well done.
It's so good. I'm like, what?
We didn't see it coming.
No,
We
God,
didn't see it coming.
amateur. I could have set you up too. How about you 100? 100. That was gold.
That was good. That was
Look at him
good.
laughing at his own joke. Look at him laughing at
That
his
was
own.
really well done.
When you cry laughing at your own joke, you know it's good.
Freak you guys
Because
out.
we both fell for it.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, or
And
Monday.
the best when you added Monday. When you added Monday,
So
it's
where
like,
you going?
I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to an all-inclusive. That's all I can think about.
Go to Jamaica or
All-inclusive.
something, or
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yes. Goddess.
You got us.
Bazinga.
It was a perfect time. We just mocked April Fool's.
We just
Day,
mocked
and you,
it.
You
Oh,
guys
yes.
right back saying these guys aren't prepared for this. Watch
Yes,
this. That was
yes.
well done.
Thank
That's
Great
so
timing.
good.
Great
Yes.
timing there. Amazing.
Wasn't that good, but
Yeah.
thank you.
I think it was. Because it
The
was
text
simple.
line is giving you a lot of praise for that
Yes.
one. See, that was well done.
Yes,
Sid.
well done.
Because it was.
Thank you.
Steve.
Excellent
Steve.
job.
Yeah.
Excellent
Steve.
job.
Jake, why,
Yeah, I'm down in my Royals pullover
did
today.
you comment on his poll?
Yeah.
He said,
I talked about today already. When I walked in,
He
first
did.
thing I commented on. Yes.
They've
They've won a game.
I don't wear this very often. It's baseball season. The Royals have officially won a game. They beat the Twins 11-0 yesterday. 11-0. 5 homers for the Royals in that game.
Jeez, hit five.
So good pitching, good hitting.
Nice.
Finally off the schneid. 1-2.
April 1, guys.
There's 4 teams alive in the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-0, Yankees 4-0, Brewers 3-0, Detroit Tigers 3-0.
In the Tampa Bay race.
In the race for the Rays from last year. What did we go? 13?
I think it was 13-0.
I think it was 13-0.
Yep.
I say those again.
Yeah. Pirates 4-0,
Pirates.
Yankees 4-0, Brewers 3-0, Detroit 3-0.
I like this.
Yankees beat the Astros 4 games. That's a perennial good team
Yes.
in MLB. 0-4 off the bat for the Stros.
Listen to Peter Gams over there.
Right. It's just,
Hey, listen. I like this.
that's what's
This
going on.
baseball.
We
We're
should have
talking baseball.
had a pool where y'all do we draw a name, see which team has the best overall record,
Ooh.
and giving away cash. That would have been fun.
Let's still do it.
Yeah, we can still. It's still early enough to do that. It's possible. The
No,
Astros.
no,
Houston's not out of the
Because now you
race.
could just pick those teams.
it'd be horrible.
No, you're
Hey,
right.
the first
Can't
series
do
means nothing for the season. It's just, we could do that still. We could do it.
How many games in the season?
162 games. A lot of games. It's a marathon. It's a
So
marathon.
81 in
And the
NBA.
Astros are 0-4,
They are. They'll be
They're-
fine.
but they're going like, wow, all right, this will be a long season.
Dug ourselves a little hole off the bat, but we're fine.
Haven't the Royals done that where they were 0-11?
I think the Royals were 0-9 last year starting off.
Yeah.
I think it was over before it even started for KC. Lost the first three
Imagine
series.
getting into somewhere just in the middle of April and the season's over.
Yep.
It ends in October.
I think the Royals were like 7-22 in April last year, and the season was done. They had no chance. It was done.
Imagine every day trying to, all right, guys, here we go. Take a little infield. Hey, batter.
Oh, suck.
Yeah.
You're 15 games below 500 in the first month of the season. That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Baseball talk. This is interesting.
Not
Part of
really.
little chit chat. What?
Come
Anybody,
on.
do we have any interesting idle chit chat to get to off the bat? The weekend, Easter weekend. Anything special happen over the weekend at all? That sound is not
to the radio.
it's a
I don't
concerning
think.
sound.
Yeah, I didn't have much for the
Not
the
for
radio.
I'm really hot right now.
I did. Yeah. It takes. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that shirt off.
What do you got going up there for a shirt?
It looks like some trees on
It's got trees on it.
See, I've never seen this
Like
one
a
before.
Kurt Cobain shirt.
Yeah, it kind of is. Exactly right. So I feel like we're in Seattle right now.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee, wearing corduroys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like David Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Of the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yes. David. No one's ever called him David in his professional
The
career.
Sip Fighters.
I got kicked out of a Kurt Cobain type bar back in the day when we covered Washington there. What year was that when they played Washington? I don't know.
So a good grunge band.
Yeah, and I was
place.
smoking a cigar, and there's a huge crowd. And the
This is
guy
Idle
came.
Chit Chat.
Yeah, the guy came into the big pit area
Yeah.
and got me because I was smoking a cigar. You can smoke in there, but apparently not cigars. So you got to go.
You gotta go.
I'm like, where he goes, just go put that out. I can't do this without
Yeah, go shirt. I was wondering how that was gonna work. I was hoping you could go shirt off. That'd have been incredible.
We almost had
Yeah.
an incident here.
almost had some skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some skin. Oh, there we go.
Skin in the air.
That was good. That much better that time. Much better.
Yeah,
Well done.
that's why it's always hot in here.
It's 66 degrees.
Not hot.
You guys complain about being
not
cold
hot.
in here every day.
That's
That's not
true.
true. Every day it's freezing in here.
I don't think it's
Warm it
hot.
up.
Yeah, it's not.
Chronic complainers.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Anything else? I don't chit chat off the bat.
I don't have anything.
Come on.
Well, Friday I had a big day.
What?
Which I didn't tell you that would sugar to the ER.
Oh, but what,
Oh, yeah.
what happened?
Sugar to the ER.
You might
come
sip sad.
home.
Look at this.
I come home, getting Sugar some food, and about 11 o'clock, and she's kind of rubbing her face like on my leg and stuff. I go, she never does it.
No.
She always sits right
Red
next
flag.
to me, or she'll lay on my feet.
Red flag.
So right away, I kind of look and I go, I'm like, Laura, come here and look. Face doesn't look right. Her left eye was kind of swollen a little bit, and her part of the face.
Shucks.
I go, we got something going on. We got an allergic reaction type of thing. So we Google how much Benadryl, if you could take a Benadryl. Then I was lucky, got a hold of Parkview, am I right?
Yes.
Got a hold of
Animal
got a hold
Hospital.
of those guys there. They were at lunch and got a hold of them. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, well, actually, they go, she could take 3. It's like a milligram per pound. She's 75 pounds. So she takes 3. I couldn't imagine if I took 3 Benadryl like that, I would be down.
Comatose.
I'd probably miss a week of work. Probably a week of work with that.
For sure.
Anyway, so I give it to her right away. But if I just put her down for a nap, so she comes out. As she's sitting beside me, I look and I go, oh no, her face just is like a watermelon. Just swollen up, or snot was all, she had like a golf ball thing on her neck.
No.
So we had to race her in. I called us coming in. They knew she was coming in. They whisked her off, got IVs, steroid IVs into her, and then on the dosage of whatever you call it, Benadryl, got her taken care of and got her
She's
face back
okay.
to
By the end of the day.
by that later that night she was.
Ooh, that's a bad day,
was
though.
getting better.
It's not good.
Her face was and then she would just like look at you like, man, I am
Those are
messed.
the worst days ever.
Right, and like you said, they can't tell you anything.
No.
Hey, I'm all messed up.
It's the absolute worst days that you can.
We think she ate a bee.
Oh,
We got bit by a
wow.
stung by- that's what we
bees are
think she-
flying around right
Yeah,
now.
there's bees. Could have been. That's what we're not sure what it was, but her face went off the charts.
I wonder if she got stung.
Yeah, stung or something.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
So anyway, she's back to
Do
normal.
dogs eat peas? I don't have a dog. Do dogs eat peas off?
They could.
They,
They could.
Okay.
she likes to lunge at
Yep.
at insects.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
she sees one flying, it intrigues her.
Yeah, a bee could fly right into the
It's
mouth.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. All right. Well, we're glad Sugar is feeling better. That's
Ooh,
it's too
God,
bad that she had to go to the ER
Yeah, that's hurting.
Friday.
I'm sorry.
Got through it though.
That's good.
Got through it.
Oh, it's fine. Walked him 3 times yesterday. He's great.
3 times?
There's that.
Hey.
Sugar got 2. She got that. Guess what? Guess what we didn't say to her? It's just a dog. I'm thinking I'm driving. I go, her throat's gonna swell shut. We're gonna lose her. We're gonna lose her.
you always think
That's
the
how I'm
worst.
driving. That's how I'm
Yeah,
driving.
you always think the worst.
And I'm on highway 2. Like I'm yelling at people. I'm honking. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I've got a
Sugar's
dog
on the run. Here, come on.
We had a problem back here. Oh yeah, I wasn't
It worked
happy.
out for you.
We got her in.
Thanks to Parkview.
That was
for
good.
helping us
Thank
out
you.
there.
Anybody as a dog owner understands the magnitude of that story.
And she's better now. So
Yes.
thank you. That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends.
got
at
us.
I'll be
Newton's.
missing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
That was
and
good.
Monday.
I can't believe that was excellent.
Got us. You got us so good.
Right after we had mocked
Yeah.
April Fool's Day,
Yes.
that was incredible timing.
It's almost like we were in on it but we weren't.
We weren't. We had no idea. That's why we're stunned by it.
Hey, set me up here. Set me up. I got something. Go with it.
Didn't happen.
He didn't.
Didn't happen.
April Fool.
Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. Reminder, 50% off your first fertilizer application.
My
this
first
spring.
is going down today.
That's right.
He
Today.
texted me on Easter Sunday. Yes.
Are you serious?
That's not
When I
April Fool's.
pulled out today, he was already set up.
Really?
He was already set up to be able to get it done. Yes.
I saw Andrew on Saturday at the recyclers. Actually, I talked to him for 5 minutes. He had some kids there. They were being responsible and recycling stuff for the city. So how about that, Andrew?
What were you recycling?
Yes.
I was being responsible too.
Cardboard.
Do you go over by
Cardboard.
do you go over by Seacrest?
Yes,
Is that where you go to?
absolutely. I
It's
go
a
to
nice-
Seacrest.
It's a nice look over there. I've never
It is
stopped
nice. Yeah, it's always like 15 cars. It's always packed out
Did you
there.
put them in the right compartment?
I do. I'm not lazy. I go.
Break them up.
I do. I'm
I
responsible.
go to
here,
North
okay?
48.
Do you break them up?
Yeah, I'm pretty good about it.
Pretty good. Okay, so we have a Final Four set in college
wow, we got-
basketball.
Let's talk hoops.
UConn against Alabama, and yesterday we found out it'll be Purdue against NC State. The 11th seed rolls on. They beat Duke yesterday, so Purdue, NC State, UConn, and Alabama. We'll start with yesterday's games first. They're fresh in our minds. The first game was, again, really, really good. Both stars for Purdue and Tennessee played well, where Zach Edey had 40 points in the game. Dalton Knecht had just shy of 40 points for Tennessee in a very good basketball game. But Purdue, who last year lost in the first round into a 16 seed, is trying to do what Virginia did. Virginia a couple years ago lost to 16 seed UMBC, won the national title the very next year. Purdue trying to do the same exact thing, and they've got a great chance of making the finals.
Oh, yeah.
So several things that really fired me up about this. One was back to the basket basketball, old school ball in the post, which you just don't see anymore.
No.
And so that was, it was like going back in time. So I enjoyed that. Also, the part that got me the most excited, Steve Sipple and Jake Sorensen,
Yes.
was body language on both sides. I thought both sides and both coaches, their teams, they just played.
Oh,
They weren't a bunch of palms up. Think how many times did you ever see Zach Edey complain to the referee or anything else? He just played.
Yeah, he's that way.
He just played. I was so impressed with that and how he played. And he did well with his free throws. Missed had a clutch one lady airballed right.
How about
clutch time?
How about 14 for 22 at the line for Zach Edey? 14 for 22.
22.
22 attempts.
I wonder what Rick Barnes thought of that.
Well, Tennessee had a total of 11 free throw attempts in the game.
22 by
Yeah,
one man.
11 attempts for Tennessee and 33 attempts for Purdue in the game, including 22 by
When
the
you were
big man.
watching the game, it didn't seem at all like it was skewed. It was like, no, they fouled him. No, they fouled him. That's what why I did, because they got the ball into him on the inside and they fouled him. It was fun to watch. I was so impressed again with both sides, body language, coaches. It was fun to watch. I was fired up for Purdue.
Purdue into the Final Four for the first time since 1980.
That's right.
1980. I don't remember that
I
team.
remember the team. There'd been Gene Katie.
What is it? Was it for sure?
That was
Gene
for
Keady?
sure Keedy. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
Gene Keady.
Mhm.
We should remember that, and I don't. I'd have to look back. Good for them. I mean, you feel good for Purdue because of the problems they've had in the tournament. And Painter's a great guy.
Well, and Zach Edey is two-time National Player of the Year, has proven that in this tournament. He's been excellent. Every round, he's been excellent. 40 points, 16 rebounds last night in 39 minutes. How many 7'5" guys can play 39 to 40 minutes in a basketball game?
I had that written down. I'm like, when was he out of the game?
33 seconds.
It's 33. That's
That's
that.
33
That's
seconds.
it.
That's all he was. They had, in fact, 33 seconds. One of their other bigs, he went out, and then one of the other bigs got his third foul. They had to put Edey right back in. So, he's very
The
reliable.
block that he had late in the game
great.
That was a great,
very clean, too.
It was a
Critical.
game-changing play.
Was that on Connect?
I believe it was. I
think
believe it
on
was.
Connect.
By the way, Connect had 31 shot attempts yesterday. Shot ball 31 times in that game. 14 for 31, 37 points for Tennessee.
He had
real good.
chances to put some daggers in, and he didn't. In the
He's real.
last
He's
5
real,
minutes, he's real.
He's a dude.
But he had a couple chances to really be like, and then it didn't happen. They just didn't go down.
Purdue, what happened with Purdue, I think, Edey's obvious. And by the way, kudos to Bill, who said early in the year, and I sort of doubted it when he said it, that Edey's a surefire NBA guy. Now, you don't seem projected high all the time. It's sort of all over the map, but it's all first round. I wondered a little bit about it early in the year. But yeah, you said, you just wrote it off like, oh yeah, he's an NBA guy.
Just imagine, okay, do we have any use for a high character 7'4" guy that never gets hurt and plays all games? Is there any need for him at all? What in the world could we do with this guy?
But it's not like he's not like a lottery pick, probably.
Probably not. I don't know, but I'm just telling you.
First rounder, though.
There's a lot of value. There is a lot of value in him. And there's a great, also, the big body, he plays. When's the last time you're going like, well, Edey's out tonight again?
Nope. He plays. No, he's
the number of games that he has played. It's insane.
He got his body right. His body's really good. And what he does is get to his space really well. He's got, when he gets into the lane and positions himself for that baby right hand hook, it's really hard to deal with for anybody. Now in the NBA, there'll be guys that can handle that.
I mean, we have seen point guards play every second of every game before. That's not uncommon. But for a 7'4" guy, 7'5" guy to lead his team in minutes and miss 33 seconds is it. That literally never happens anywhere. That never happens. Shaq didn't have those kind of minutes. I mean, Shaq did not have those kinds of minutes. Any big ever in the NBA didn't play those types of minutes where they missed 33 seconds of a game. It doesn't happen.
And they're also getting a lot from Braden Smith, who's really come on this year. Braden Smith, I thought, was a liability at times last year. He's their point guard. So when you got a point guard like him and a big, like I always thought Nebraska, when they had, this is not the same thing. When they had Lou Hamilton, I thought, okay, they got what they need. And it wasn't what they needed, apparently. They didn't win. But yeah, Purdue has that. Braden Smith's excellent.
And Fletcher Lawyer had 14 points.
Yeah, Lawyer can play
for Purdue yesterday.
Lawyer's a little on and off. And Nebraska beat that team
by 16.
Yeah,
Nebraska beat that Purdue team by 16 points at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Edey played, only had 15 points in that game.
15 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
15 points.
That's what happens in this sport when you become a little bit disinterested.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that was a disinterested game. You have a hard time saying that, no, Purdue played at their finest. As they came in a little bit asleep at the wheel, and then they realized they couldn't turn it on because they were playing a very good team.
Yeah, you got to give Nebraska credit in that
absolutely.
scenario, but I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, they only lost 4. They lost to Northwestern,
Nebraska, Ohio State, and someone in the Big Ten tournament, right?
And someone else.
Well, who won the Big Ten tournament? Illinois won the Big Ten tournament. Wisconsin beat Purdue in the Big Ten tournament in the semifinals.
You got it. You got the 4.
That's what.
Speaking of Illinois, whoa. Well, we want to go to that later.
Well, hang on. After NC State. NC State yesterday, the last game, they beat Duke. DJ Burns is fun to watch. DJ Burns, the big man, continues to have a great run to the tournament. They beat Duke 76-64. The big man Burns had 29 points in 29 minutes.
NC State, going into the ACC tournament, had lost 7 of 9 games.
Yes.
They had lost 7 of 9.
Josh, could you pull up the last, what they won 9 in a row?
NC State
pull up those last 9 wins.
Going into the ACC tournament was 17-14.
10 seed. In the tournament.
Yeah.
Not in the NCAA tournament. They're 11 seed in that. They were 10.
Oh, in the ACC tournament.
10 seed.
Played on Tuesday.
Yeah. We had to win 5 in a row. Wait till Josh.
I got it here.
You got it? Yep. Okay, go read them off the last 9 wins they've had.
Okay. The last 9 wins, so they beat Louisville in the
which is terrible. That was a play-in game.
94-85. They beat Syracuse 83-65.
Okay.
Then it gets
real.
Then the run happens here. They beat Duke 74-69. Okay. They beat Virginia. We all know there's the miracle to get to overtime on the buzzer beater. 73-65. They win an OT. Then they beat North Carolina 84-76 to get in the dance for sure. Now the dance. They beat Texas Tech 80-67. Okay.
Okay. Now stop for 1 second.
Right.
They played in the ACC tournament game on Saturday, right?
Yep.
And then they got the Thursday game. So there's a quick turnaround.
That's 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Then they beat Oakland 79-63. They beat Marquette 67-58 Friday night. And then they beat Duke 76-64 yesterday. They're on to the Final Four as an 11 seed.
Billis, Jay, said it's the most remarkable run he's ever seen. Now, that's encompassing a lot.
when they won it all in '83, they had to do the same thing. They had to win the tournament to get in.
Right. He said it's
Yeah.
more remarkable than '83. Now '83 won. They won it all.
They won it all.
They
Yeah.
won it all.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Valvano.
they beat Phi Slamma Jamma. If I'm correct, they beat Houston, right? Was that
I
not
think
right?
you're right.
I think, yeah.
One of the two.
No, I think it was Phi Slamma Jamma.
Jamma?
I think that's what it was.
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah.
I enjoyed the game. So the last one I talked about that I enjoyed the body language from both teams, the coaches. Loved it. This one, I loved the fun. NC State's having fun. There's one time late in the game, the ball bounced off of Burns. He's like, I laughed. Like
I saw that.
I wish I'd have got
What
that.
an idiot. Grab the ball, DJ.
Yeah, he's talking to himself. But I mean, they're laughing. They're having fun. I'm like, there's no tension. I tell you what, though, I did lose my mind. I lost my mind when late in the game. It was still before it got a little bit out of hand there.
Mhm.
They called the technical on the coach.
Oh,
on the
which
back,
one was that?
on-
Kevin
on-
Keats.
on Keats for NC State, and it was a horrible call. It was off of Duke.
Yep.
And then he challenged. He addressed it, but he was outside the box, and they teed him up.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, you can tee him up for someone being outside that box.
Oh, come on.
Like 20 times a game, and
Right.
and also
That's what I was gonna
and
say.
also he's known for being what, just like this.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Even keel.
he is not just constantly on the officials going crazy.
Yes.
He's not. Wow, could that have been a big turn in the game?
Yeah,
And it wasn't.
The commentators, Bill Raftery, Grant Hill, the guys, they were very upset with that call, as they should have been. That was a terrible tech call by the refs. But again, the NC State still wins by 12, 76-64. DJ Burns has just been an animal. I mean, he was great in the ACC tournament. He's been unbelievable in the big dance here. 29 points against Duke yesterday.
Good God.
And like I said, he's just fun to watch. He's a big, he's a big kind of fluffy guy. He's not a
Fluffy.
He's not a
I'm sure you
jacked
appreciate that.
big guy. He's a fluffy big guy, and he just goes to work and gets it done.
His touch is ridiculous. His touch around the rim and shooting the ball. The one where they called the goaltend, then they got overruled. Where he kind of
Yes.
scooped it low.
Yep.
That was right out of. It was right out of like out in the park playing.
Yep.
It was. And
He does the scoop a lot.
And it was
He does-
going to
he does
go
that
in.
Scoop.
It was. He's so, and he can pass it. If he can pass it, they're in the Final Four.
They are 11 C.
They were 17 and 14.
Yeah, here we
Nothing.
go. No big whoop.
chance.
They've won 9 in a row.
Makes
They've
you
won
wonder.
9 in a row.
Just makes you wonder.
NC State, Purdue on the right side, the left side of the bracket. Okay, UConn had some dicey moments. It was 23-all late first half.
Then it
Now
wasn't
this
dicey.
does not happen anywhere.
This is incredible.
This is the Elite Eight. UConn goes on a 30-0 run.
It's a hard one.
That does not happen.
It's embarrassing.
That does not happen. 30-0 run. It was they were up by 5 at halftime, 28-23, and then they just torched them to start the second half. I've never heard of a 30-0
Never heard
run,
that, yeah.
especially this far in a postseason tournament ever.
No, it's
UConn is terrifying. And if somehow if UConn beats Bama, which is that game in a second, if UConn beats Bama and Purdue beats NC State, Zach Edey versus Donovan Klingon, are you kidding me?
now we're on to something.
Now we're on to
Yeah.
something. Big
Yeah,
guy
just-
versus big guy.
The tournament has been good, not great, but it would then it would get interesting, really interesting. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
God, I hope it happens. People are talking about the most dominant teams. I mean, UConn being one of the most dominant teams in recent memory. I don't remember
Yeah.
these teams, but I'm reading the Hartford Current. It says, in terms of the most dominant teams in recent hoops history, 2012 Kentucky and 2009 North Carolina may be the comparison to this UConn team. I don't remember those teams.
09 had Tyler Hansbrough on that team for North Carolina.
Hansbrough.
Yep.
Okay. And then it says the 2015 version of Kentucky were just as dominant as these Huskies. But that team had Devin Booker and Carl Anthony Towns.
That's pretty
Good God.
Yeah. Think about that.
Yeah. Didn't win it all.
Didn't
They
win it
got
all.
beat in the final. They got beaten.
Utah, I mean,
Final Four by
they got beat.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin beat them.
Sam
God,
Decker,
you
Frank
remember that?
Kaminsky.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I was at Wisconsin.
You remember?
Yeah.
Frank Kaminsky and Decker?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had Devin Booker and
It's
Big
sad.
cat.
It's sad that team didn't win it all because they ended the undefeated season for Kentucky and then they
Yeah.
lost to Duke in the finals.
Lost to
It felt
Duke in the
horrible for
finals.
Wisconsin.
This
I know
says
they did.
this says you might have to go back to 1992 Duke to find a squad that felt quite as inevitable as these Huskies. That I don't
That's what takes away from the fun right now.
what?
To me,
Comparing?
The UConn list looks so dominant that it's just like I don't see who can beat them.
Well, what, not Purdue?
No, I don't know.
think so.
I don't think so.
Really?
They have a matchup for Edey. I mean, they got a guy that can at least not let him go for 40 points.
Yeah,
Klingon's very good.
Klingon's good, yeah.
They've won. This is their results so far. They beat Stetson by 39 points.
Yes.
Okay, the 16 seed. They beat Northwestern by 17 points. That game was never close. They beat San Diego State by 30, and they beat Illinois by 25. There's no close games
30
here.
most of the game. They were up 30 most of the game.
They're winning by an average of 27.8.
Is that any good?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
To actually, for it to be close, yes. To be a game, yes. To actually beat them, there's a difference.
100.
There's such a difference. I'm like, oh man, we were right there. You got to beat them. To actually beat them it'd be remarkable by anyone beating them.
It'll be interesting to see what Edey can do against Klingon. Really interesting if he gets there. I gotta think they'll get there. I'm really happy for Purdue. I'm like Bill. I was cheering.
By the way, the thing that will surprise you from that game, the UConn game, Terrence Shannon, who has had 29 points a game, it feels like every game, 2 for 12 shooting in 36 minutes, 8 points in that.
At one point,
they shut him down.
4 or 5 minutes to go in the game, he had 2.
Hurley,
shut him down.
Hurley, who can be incredibly obnoxious.
He said that too. He said his fan base and himself can be very obnoxious. He said that.
Hurley is obnoxious. He's obviously a great coach. Now, there was a tweet by do you know the name Sean Harrington, former Illinois?
I don't.
Former Illinois. He tweeted, I think it was the night before the game, that UConn would not have an answer for Terrence Shannon, and Hurley, in the post game on Saturday, said it was an asinine tweet that we play monsters and beasts in the Big Ten, or excuse me, the Big East. And that was ridiculous for him to suggest we wouldn't have an answer. He uses that stuff. Hurley is, like ability factor is low, but he's obviously knows what he knows what he's doing. They're about to, I don't know. Can Alabama beat them?
They can. I would expect
Alabama probably has a better chance than the other side.
Ooh, you think so?
Alabama has a better.
I'm surprised you say. Now you've been right too, because you said, didn't you say last week UConn would beat Illinois by 10 plus?
Yes,
you did.
Yeah, and I was like, what? They beat them by 25.
Yeah, there was a
30-0 run.
There was a conversation that I had Friday night with some friends that were stopped over, and he's like, I'm loading up on Illinois tomorrow. I go, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I go, what is it? He goes 8.5. I say, I go, they're gonna get run out of the gym.
I called that. I didn't. When you said it, I thought, I kind of like.
But Alabama they're up and down the court.
If
things go at the right time, things could click for them.
Well, things could click if they hit 23s. I mean, they're going to hit a lot. They're going to shoot a lot. They shoot a ton of threes.
They hit 16 threes against Clemson. 16 for 36 from through.
And who's that guard? Spears?
Sears.
Yep. Sears.
That'd be Mark Sears.
He can really shoot. He led the SEC in scoring.
They advanced the ball via the pass. The ball gets up and down. I mean,
they average 90 points a game.
They push the ball like crazy. So they're the team that could get on a run. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you go, wow.
They're pretty scary. Again, they led the nation in scoring. What Oates says,
Nate Oates,
is that now they've started to play some defense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they average 90 points a game. They led the country in scoring. They can get on a heater. They don't shoot mid range. It's either a 3-ball or
nothing at the elbow.
No, they don't shoot mid range. It's either a 3 or a dunk, and their big is good. Their big got going against Clemson. Clemson was surprisingly good. Although when I watched
that big would be Nick Pringle.
Yeah, Pringle.
I thought Clemson played outstanding.
They're pretty good.
There's times I'm going I was kind of pulling for Alabama.
I don't know why. It was a great game.
It was a great game, and all of a sudden I'm like,
it was a great game.
This Clemson is really playing well.
I got the chills in that game. I know the Final Four, the NCAA tournament got good this weekend because there were about 3 times when I got the chills. But that's how I always measure it. So when the game gets going.
Yeah.
In that game, Clemson, Alabama, you were watching it. That period in the second half where both teams were trading threes was remarkable.
Yeah, when it goes back forth. And there was finally a little bit of a presence of a crowd.
There was.
The worst, whatever region it was that was out in L.A.
That was that one. That was that one. Bama, Clemson.
It got better by that time.
It got better by that time.
By that time, but it was like, you're watching it and be like, I could take a picture and send it to you guys. Go look at the crowd in L.A. There's like half the arena is empty.
it's one of the strange things about the NCAA tournament that Jake experienced and I experienced in Memphis. The Nebraska crowd was great. Then Houston played Longwood, right? And there's
it was empty.
There's no one there.
Nobody there. Quiet.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching the C2. No, it wasn't. It was
CIT.
Yeah. It was like, what? Why do they do it that way? But Clemson, Alabama was loud, and it must have been pretty packed
It must
in
have
LA
been, yeah.
because it was loud.
It was loud.
That was super
that got going.
Yeah.
So 89-82, Bama beats Clemson. Bama versus UConn and Purdue against NC State is your Final Four this Saturday.
UConn going after its 6th title. They're a pure blue blood now. There's no discussion of that.
So I was just thinking, you still talk about in like blue blood or whatever you want to say. You say, okay, UCLA, that's blue blood. Yeah. Like, they won it since Wooden. They won it in 1980. They won it once, I think, since Wooden left.
Since the big run.
Yeah. Like that once, like 80.
Yeah.
UConn's going to win their 6th.
6th.
And like in the last 25 years.
Yeah. I think 99 might have
Was
been.
it 99 like that?
Might have been that'd been their first one. They
yeah,
won in 2012.
So there's a chance they win.
2015.
Yep. And last year.
So their run is better than everyone's.
Yeah, they're blue. Well, they ended the blue blood discussion last year.
In the last 25 years, if they win 6, that will be the best there is.
I think
Duke won't compare to that. Duke doesn't have 6 in the last 25 years.
I don't think so.
I got to. Well, even the back-to-back discussion is interesting.
Here's
if the Huskies finish the deal, they'll become the 8th program in men's college hoop history to win back-to-back. Oklahoma State 1945-46. Remember that, Bill?
Yeah, Iba.
God dang, I think you're right.
It was
Henry
Iba.
Iba.
It was Hyderabad. Yeah, absolutely.
You know more than you let on. Kentucky 1948-49. You know anything about that?
That's Rupp.
I think it is Rupp.
It is
Is
Rupp.
it Rupp?
Yeah.
Look at him go.
San Francisco 1955-1956.
The Dons. I don't have that one.
I think that might be
Eddie Sutton, wasn't it?
No.
Shitty Sutton.
All right, you're disqualified.
What didn't Sutton?
Hold it.
Wasn't he at San
No,
Fran at
that
one
would have
point,
been
though?
the big man. I mean, come on. One of the all-time best NBA players.
Well, he played on that team. That's where Russell played.
Right, yeah, Bill Russell.
Yeah, but he wasn't the coach.
I think he was on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Cincinnati.
The Dons.
Yeah, Cincinnati. Eddie Sutton.
He coached in San Francisco back in the day. He did coach there. Yes, he did.
Not in 1955 and 1956.
Okay.
Cincinnati
at one point, though.
Cincinnati 1961-62. UCLA, big run, 64-65, then 67-73. Duke, 91-92. And then Florida.
That's a rare one.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Donovan.
Billy Donovan.
Yeah, you forget about Florida in 2006, 2007. Note that no Kansas, no Indiana, and no North Carolina. Never won back-to-back. UConn, I don't know. Is UConn going to win back-to-back? I don't know.
Well, they are favored by 11.5 points against Alabama. Purdue, favored by 9.5 against NC State. You got, could be 2 blowouts according to Vegas. 9.5 points for
that.
Purdue. 11.5 point favorites UConn against Alabama.
Oh, man.
Hey, by the way, thanks to Walter, this is correct. Well, UConn has won 10 straight NCAA tournament games going back to last year by 12 points or more every game. All by 12 plus points.
Hurley.
It's one of the most dominant runs.
Yeah, Hurley. Man. Well, it got the Final Four. I don't know if the Final Four will be interesting, but I think the championship game could be really interesting.
We need Alabama to beat UConn.
But that would be weird.
We need that.
That would be weird.
It'd be weird.
What if it's Alabama?
Alabama's never even been to the Final Four.
What if it's Alabama, NC State?
I don't know.
Because I want to. This
hope it's
NC
not.
State thing. It's hard to pull against them. It's like they've won 9 in a row. They're on a heater of all like Billis. Billis says it's one of the greatest runs of all time.
He thinks it's the greatest run, or the most remarkable. Not the greatest, the most.
When
remarkable.
you had to win 5, just remember back when during the season, and this is every coach. I'm not pointing out. Remember, Fred was upset with the Thursday Sunday?
Yeah,
Thursday Sunday games.
Yeah,
they had to play 5 in a row. 5 in a row,
and then they had to play the Thursday NCAA game. So they had to come back and do that. It'd be like Nebraska being in the Final Four right now. Isn't NC State like? It would be like Nebraska.
Well, their year would be also. You go back. There was complete buffoonery for them to lose that game to Virginia. And if in the NCAA tournament, in the ACC tournament, if they lose that, they're not getting in.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. They're not getting in.
NIT.
I mean, it's
CBI.
one of those, like, also, I'd like to know the numbers because I crunched them the other day. And I believe, but just to get to the Sweet 16, I believe that the coach probably made right around $7 million because he got the 2 additional years on his contract, then all of his bonuses. What's his bonus? Because there's a bonus level at the Elite Eight. There's a bonus level to go to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. And that has to be big because that's what they just write in your contracts like, okay, NC State, yeah, if you get them to the Final Four, we'll give you $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay. I guarantee you, he's going to come out of this thing about $9 million during this month run.
It's been a good run for Kevin Keats. We're making a lot of money right now. When we come back, speaking of good runs, Nebraska baseball's on a heater, 10 straight. Let's give Will Bull the shout out next. Early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 7th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips for $6.99 each, hickory smoked bacon for $4.99 per pound, fresh boneless, skinless chicken breast for $2.99 per pound, and whole tri-tip for $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue.
It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Zip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the USA. Founded in 1937, Beck's Hybrids provides unrivaled customer service and product diversity for both corn and soybeans. They're founded on the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming. Head to beckshybrids.com today.
God, they're just like I said.
What's
With
going
this moisture coming in right now, remember,
It's coming.
remember they've changed it from the Farmer's Almanac to Beck's Almanac. And so what they're doing right now,
Unbeknownst to me.
unbeknownst to both, a lot. Also, I thought they have an incredible setup right now with what corn seed to be planting. Because it has a lot going on for us right there. There's a lot of things going on. We have people walking by.
That said, see what that sign said?
What's that?
It said, "It's just a chimp."
It's just a
Royal Nebraska.
Oh, wow. I
That's
pushed
just-
back on
that's just-
Ruben's just a chimp.
I think that was more of a bugaboo thing. It's just a
The
talk.
chimp.
Them fighting words, you know.
Those fighting words right there. We know that's not
Who
true.
is that man?
I don't know. He's walking that way though.
I don't know who the
We
was.
had
But anyway,
we had
Beck's
a
getting
heckler.
it done. Bex is getting it done with what seed you should be planting. They're getting moisture coming in. Let's get this thing going. They got the ridiculous extra ears of corn on every single stalk.
How tall are those stalks?
What's that? They go 14 to 16. 14, and they're
Think about
sturdy. Wind can't get them. They're sturdy.
You got to climb it like a tree.
Yeah, and there's six extra ears of corn per stalk.
And there's
That's
no
where the
way-
money comes. Yes,
There's no way. If you're detasseling, how would you even do it?
Yeah, be hard.
Have to get up on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That up. Hey,
Get a hold of Trevor out there. Plus,
He's the man.
and Trevor will take you to the Elks Club where you got to do the antlers.
can we address this man who's been walking by? He's been walking
Yeah.
by. The guy with the sign.
Yeah.
It's just a chimp. Royal
Yeah,
Nebraska.
we got a text about that this morning too.
Yes, Phyllis. Yes, that was good. Jake hit me up. This was pre-show.
So this goes back to the problem at the Royal Zoo back in the early 2000s, 2005, 2004 or 5. This is from Bill in Randolph. Says this. Hey, Bill, my brother and I were heading to O'Neill today. This is yesterday to check on cattle. We drove through Royal and we started to laugh about the Reuben story. He suggested that on the anniversary every year, they should have a dinner and serve Reuben sandwiches to honor Reuben.
We could do a live remote.
Do a live remote. We need to do a
from
live
Royal.
from Royal. We need to do that. We'll go out to the bait shop by the lake, and that's where they have the live alligator.
I mean, I don't know if the townspeople, I don't know what they think of us doing a live remote. I don't want to
be very respectful.
Well, yeah, we'd have to. Yeah, because that had to be a rough time in that little burg.
Yeah.
Right. It did.
Just imagine that
The
night,
bird.
just going up to the bar. What happened today? I had to shoot all the chimps. Yeah, Reuben made a run for it.
One of them survived.
One survived. One
They
went
threw
back.
a grill.
One went
through
back
a
to
car.
the cage.
One threw a grill through a van.
That is amazing.
I just wish it was
Threw a
bigger.
gas
Unbelievable.
grill.
Just think of the picture.
Think of the
in your mind.
picture of that.
In your mind of a chimp picking up a grill and throwing it.
I think
Think
about
if
it
there
all
would
the
have
time.
been. Think if there would have been like lives lost,
Right.
and then somebody said, "What were you guys thinking? Having chimpanzees just
running around
in the local zoo in Royal.
I can't imagine.
This wasn't in the 70s. It was 2004.
Yeah, people.
It wasn't 1972.
Just imagine your hometown, Jake, Beatrice. If 3 chimps were on the loose,
that'd be terrifying. It would be terrifying.
Like, you'd want to know where the hell are they right now?
People, you know,
are they in the house? Get out.
You know that people hung up on people. Hey, quick heads up there. 3 chimps are out there racing. They'd be like, right away, be like going, yeah, whatever.
April Fool's Day, yeah.
Collect. Yeah, they'd be like, whatever. That's not happening. Mm-hmm. It was happening.
But in Royal, they knew the chimps were there, so it would be. You try to believe it. Yeah.
Imagine this. Also, you had to talk to probably your kids. Like, hey, listen, don't be jacking around when you go over there.
No. Right, exactly right.
I'd be telling my kids,
don't mess with the cage.
Don't jack around.
Because those chimps get loose.
Yeah,
they could throw something.
Like a drill. Or you.
Yeah,
or you.
How many times, if you lived in Royal, how many times in the summer like that you're on your bike would you go there?
Every day.
Every day. I would go
every day.
There has to be people that right now like to talk to someone. They'd be like, yeah, I was, they were there from my ages 5 to whatever, and I went every day.
Daily.
How would you not go see them every day? Because they would know you. They would know who you were.
Right.
They'd be glad to see you.
It'd be fascinating.
Thank you for checking in. Randolph to Valentine.
That's right.
The trinket weighs in.
What's she got?
There's a great fish hatchery at Royal.
Yes, that's the trout. The trout.
That's what the original story of Royal came up from, Bill.
It all started with Steve Schindler taking everyone trout fishing.
That's right.
To Royal.
Oh, yes. To Royal.
That's how Royal began.
That's how we got to there. That's how we got there.
Okay, interesting.
Going back in time. Okay,
baseball.
A couple things. John in Des Moines has texted in. We don't get corrections very often. We should use some corrections here. We got 3 of them already.
What?
2 of them are for us, and 1 is for Rick Heyman, by the way.
Heyman
he's on the show today. John Des Moines says Gene Keady was not the coach for Purdue's last Final Four. That was Lee Rose.
Oh, really? God,
Keady never made it.
I did wonder about that
in 1980. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think Keady ever made it. That's why I was confused.
Regarding UCLA, they won a title in 1995 under Jim Herrick, so it wasn't 80.
Well, corrections.
And this one's a big one. This might deserve breaking news on this one. This is for Rick. Rick Heyman, if you're listening, this is for you. Big part of the show. This is for
Lock in, Heyman.
Journey is in the Hall of Fame. In 2017, they were inducted
to
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We really need to clean it up.
We have bashed the Hall of Fame for not including Journey for years, and they've been in for 7 years.
But we need to clean it up too. Rick. God dang, Journey's in.
Yep. 2017.
Remember how we were astounded that they weren't.
But they are.
But they are.
So this one's on you, Heyman.
Heyman, clean it up, Rick.
Yeah, we have to.
We'll address this on Thursday.
We should be more conscious of our. I mean,
Mr.
Tooth Greg gives me hell sometimes about some of the misses I have.
But I would say this: we weren't like really naming hard facts. Like, oh yeah, I know for sure that they. I'm like, maybe he may have won it once. But it was pretty general. I wouldn't have stepped out like going. It's Keady for sure. I'd be like going. No, he's just the only other coach I know from Purdue.
So I think forever.
Lee Rose.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that neither you nor I, who are I was in my prime.
That's Axel's dad.
Yeah, it is.
Axel Rose is
not his dad. We don't remember that Purdue team at all.
No.
We were in our primes. 1980?
We've been watching, yeah.
Yeah, we were really watching.
Yes.
I don't remember him at all. I don't remember Lee Rose. I don't remember that Purdue team.
No, nothing about him.
There you go. Before we get to break, also quick plug. Hey, Husker baseball. Usually this time of year we're saying, they're not playing in the warm weather yet. Give them an excuse for not playing good baseball. They're 20-5.
20-5.
They're 20-5. They sweep Northwestern this weekend on the road. They've won 10 straight games.
It's hard to win 10 straight.
I don't care who you're playing.
I don't care.
It's baseball.
You see it all the time where all of a sudden LSU loses to McNeese or whatever.
Right, exactly.
In the middle, you see it all the time.
You know who else has 20 wins?
Who?
Creighton.
They play each other tomorrow.
The teams play at 6 p.m. tomorrow at Schwab Field in Omaha. What's Schwab Field?
Charles Schwab.
Okay.
Formerly TD Ameritrade.
That's the big
It's
one.
changed names.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're playing at the big one tomorrow at 6. So Northwest. So here's what. Remember.
And then Northwestern they have a coach this year, right?
No.
Last year, what they had, we thought they
we
didn't know if they had a third base coach, right?
It was a
All
mess.
they had was a new head coach and a DFO.
Yeah,
that was bad. That was
Because
bad.
we wanted to
year.
go talk to them when
We
they came
did.
here and be like, "Who's coaching third?" Because right now you only have one coach.
It was a mess.
It was a mess.
Northwestern athletics went through a tough spell.
Tough spell.
As a whole. But anyway, what did we say about? Remember what Will Bolt said? This struck me. I know where I was when I read it. When Will Bolt said we want to be the toughest team in America, I thought, wow, what does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. I'll tell you one thing it means. It means Northwestern taking a 7-6 lead into the ninth after a 3-run home run by some guy named Jackson Freeman, and the Huskers had an answer.
They did.
They won. I mean, they
got to
rebounded.
extras and won.
Yeah. That's what he means by tough. It's not just physical toughness. It's mental toughness to be able to withstand that.
Probably, and baseball's even more mental than it is. There's
more mental than
there's
physical.
never hard to go out there like in the bottom of the ninth like that. Just be tough out there.
No,
it's like no, you gotta be mentally
right.
Like hey, we're down. We can get a run. We can do whatever it takes. We don't get outside of ourselves. Whatever. Here's what else has to happen immediately. And Keith, man, if you could help us with this, because there's still some things going, over, we have a new administration going on over there.
Yes,
we need
do.
to get Dennis LeBlanc still involved in this. We need to get Will Bolt's contract done now. And he's the only guy that's getting contracts done at the pace that we need him done.
LeBlanc.
We need LeBlanc.
Quick.
We need Dennis LeBlanc to be able to get this done. He got it done with Amy. He got it done with Fred. Right. And we need to get this done with Will immediately. And also Manning.
Send in LeBlanc. He's like a sniper.
Yeah.
If there needs to be contract work done, send him in.
Send him in right now. He's the one that goes in with because he knows where the contracts are in Trev's office.
He does.
Yes, he knows where they're at. He can get the old contracts and get them down there. But Manning has to get one also. 5 All-Americans.
It's time for us to start learning the names of these players. How many do you know, Jake?
I could give you a couple. Josh Karen, the catcher. He's had
job.
a great year so far.
Surprised me on that one. How about Cole Evans?
Yep. Good start.
Cole. I mean, I don't know. I just know these guys. I mean, Cole Evans had a key double. Tyler Stone, I think. I don't know what he's doing.
Kyle Perry still is a relief pitcher for Nebraska. Know that for sure.
Yeah, Kyle Perry's in his 12th year of pitching. He's about, I think he's my age. He's still pitching. Mason McConaughey actually started, I think it was his first Sunday start yesterday. I was listening to the broadcast. By the way, those guys, Sharp and
McLaughlin, was it
Ben?
Yeah, Ben McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Working Easter in Evanston, Illinois, which just struck me as depressing as hell.
But they got a win, though. They saw a win.
Yeah.
The team's good. So there's
those guys,
some kudos there.
How about those guys working on Easter? Playing on Easter wouldn't be.
When your team you're covering was won 10 straight games, it's easier to stomach that, I think.
10 straight.
10 straight.
6 p.m. tomorrow. Creighton's 20-4. Nebraska's 20-5. Should be a good ratings game.
Activate LeBlanc immediately.
Dennis.
Do it.
Dennis. Bolt. But contract extension.
But don't spill a drink on him, like I said. Come on. Don't do that.
Jack and Coke on his arm.
When we come back, Bill's
he got upset, didn't he?
And song the day.
And
Next,
so
really breaking the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Life is all about balance, so how about a little sweet and a little heat to make your week? At Wings and Rings, we're introducing our all-new Hot Honey menu for the month of March. Try our one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand-new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or our Hot Honey Shrimp and Slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional boneless or smoked wings that have made Wings and Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. But don't wait, Hot Honey is only here until April 1st. So stop by Wings and Rings at one of our 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and the
Once again, your song of the day from 1983, "Foolin' by Def Leppard."
Oh, man.
464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Def Leppard's hit or miss, and that's a hit. That's a hit, Jake. Now, it's not their best song. You know what song I like? Bring It On the Heartbreak's a freaky good song.
Great song.
Freaky good song. Like weirdly good. That is a really good song, Jake.
For April Fool's Day. It's fooling. Come on. Does it add points to it or take points away?
No, I don't. Neutral.
Okay.
This is a good song on its own. Really good song. There are some bad ones by Def Leppard. By the way, they have to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They have
Absolutely.
I think they have to check that at all. They have to be in.
I could go. I just give that a flat 9.
Whoa.
9-0-0-0-0-0-0-0.
A lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros. I like the foolin'.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
like that.
It's cool.
And I also like because Jake nailed it with a April Fool's, I will give it a 4-2. I would have given it a 2-2.
Wow.
I'm going to bump it up to a 4-2.
Are you not a Def Leppard guy, Bill?
I like Def Leppard like that. This song, no. I
like it. It's okay.
I would change it every time. Yeah,
Really?
I would never.
See, I like it.
Walk up music. I'm turning around. I'm going back.
I'm not.
I'm
It's
reversing
probably the
out.
biggest difference you guys have had on a song rating,
No,
maybe
I think
ever.
we've had a couple.
That's where I'm at.
I'm shocked by this.
Say Josh is going to like it. He's going to be like in the 8s.
Ooh.
No, 7-9.
Let me go 8-3.
6-1.
8.8. He says, "Damn."
God dang, you called it again. Bring It On the Heartbreak is the best, but that's good. I like that song. There's some Def Leppard songs I do not like. Pour Some Sugar on Me, I'm out on.
Yeah.
Out on.
I think I agree with you on that one. That song's overplayed.
Yeah.
That's their most famous song. It's
most
by
famous.
by no means is it their best by even close. Not even close. All right, some ratings before we get to ratings. A quick legal ID.
Ooh, nice.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Some ratings here. Notorious B.I.B. Sorry. Is it better now? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Now we're back. I turned it off for legal ID.
He turned your mic.
I turned it off for legal ID.
He muted me.
Just for legal ID.
He muted me. It's
turned it
okay.
back
It's
on.
all right.
Oh, because he didn't like his song.
He didn't like his
That's
song.
not
All of a
true.
sudden,
Get
yeah.
muted.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
Is that what we're
I
doing
can-
now?
I can hear
We
now.
said we're going to be honest.
Yes, that's
I
what-
appreciate
if we're
it.
honest, we get
No, we're
muted.
not. No,
I
we're
like
not.
honesty.
So if we're honest, we get muted.
Yes.
For the legal ID. That's it.
What the
ratings.
Who are we?
Notorious B.I.B. 8.4. Sandmaster in Kansas City 8.1.
KC, thank you.
Craig 9.5. Home Run from John in Southeast Lincoln 9.5. Kyle and Hooper 9.9. Jennifer 8.5. Hubby 5.
Ooh,
Big difference
difference
there.
in the household.
Me and the
I hope
hubby.
There's no tension.
Me and the hubby.
Work through the tension.
Yes.
Sanderson says a 5. The Texas Casanova 4.0.
Texas Casanova.
He says, I've never heard that song before. How old are you, Texas
That's
Casanova?
my favorite line of the day. Never heard it.
How have you never heard of Foolin'? How old are you, Texas Casanova?
But I appreciate your number.
Brown and Eli, Iowa says 10. That song kicks ass all day long.
I like the drum.
And I don't see our friend in Columbus at all. We
Oh,
can't,
wait a
can't say it. We
second.
can't
Just-
say it.
We're not.
We
we're
can't
not, we're
say
not
it. It's
going
on
on
the text line.
We're not going on until he joins up. Come on, where are you, Corey?
Where's our aviary
Corey, where's
friend?
your friend?
I texted with Corey the other day.
You did?
No way.
Yeah.
I don't have his number.
Yeah, I got it.
You got his number?
Got his number.
I don't have his number.
Got his number.
It's a Columbus number.
Columbus number. Yes.
God.
I don't see. Yep, he's not here today. So
I thought I
wherever
had
you're
all
at,
the
our friend in
breakers.
Columbus. Not sure where you're at. Lucas, North Dakota, 3.8.
Ooh, on the same
There you
page as Bill.
Okay.
Lucas.
Yep.
Hey, Lucas is always. He's been with us for
He
years.
has long time. Yes, Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Hello, Lucas.
Yep.
We have. I mean, there's a lot of breakers. I hate to single them out because then other breakers will say, "Why don't you single me out?" But Lucas has been with us for years and
the
years.
whole time.
Yeah.
And I don't see Corey or that other person in Columbus. Can't say his name without. Yeah, it's
Text
sad.
him.
You're ruining our Monday.
Let's go.
No big deal.
Can you text him?
I will.
That is Song of the Day, sponsored by Sauter Heyman Jewelers. It's time for Bill's Thrills. Let's get to it on a Monday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it gonna be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387. Bill, the floor is yours.
What was also interesting was that Scott Moore hit every game this weekend.
You should have talked to him.
Every game every game with the points. He won every game. And we talked about this. Hey, Lee Sterling's not on. What do we do? Get a hold of
Scott.
Get a hold of Scott Moore immediately. He can make you the money off the advice, and you get to invest the money, tax-free app, do all that. And then when you want to get like, hey, we also want to we want to diversify our money, we go right to Midwest Bank. Get ourselves a nice CD.
Diversify.
Yes.
Your portfolio.
You want to have it all over the place. Yes.
Yes, I need.
So anyway, he hit every one. So he will also do his Final Four picks here coming up. Hit every one. Nailed it. That's easy money, guys.
That's easy money.
How's your
easy
bracket,
money.
Jake?
Yeah.
I got UConn. That's it.
Good job, though.
That's it.
You got one.
Think about that. How happy we'd be right now if between us we pooled money and we bet $400,000 on UConn. Over Illinois, we'd be excited today, wouldn't we?
You nailed that.
Yeah, we all would.
When you said it last week, I was like, I kind of like Illinois.
And you 30-0 run. 30-0 run against Illinois.
I didn't like Illinois to win, but I thought they could push them.
They pushed them for 15
30-0
minutes.
run really set them back.
It was good
Lost
for
by
15 minutes.
Push them.
Didn't know.
They scored 52.
They scored 52.
Terrence had 8 points.
All right, Bill's Thrills.
Are we on Bill's Thrills?
Yeah, we are. Go for it, Bill.
All right, outside the box. Some thinking. We've done it before. Football, food for thought.
Yeah, I like
football, food for thought. Remember
this.
We had the crazy, I brought up the crazy idea of putting up on the big board and paying your NIL as the game goes on. Then right that a national article got written on the
Football Scoop.
Football Scoop wrote the article. I've got something that could even be bigger and better than that. This is just food for thought. Now read this. So a Louisville fan every year sends a check to whatever the school, to the basketball team that knocks out Kentucky.
Oh,
so they sent. So he sent a very handsome check to Oakland.
Did he now?
To Oakland like that for them for knocking out Kentucky, because it's one of those things.
Hilarious.
We have happiness for them to be good. He goes, I'm so happy when someone else, when they lose, I hate them that bad.
Wow.
It'd be like Jake paying someone off to beat Creighton. Be the same thing.
Kind of.
So it got me thinking about this. How involved could NIL programs get to be together? Which means the game that you have to have. Could you imagine Purdue 2 years ago? We're playing at Iowa. Okay. We have to beat Iowa for Purdue to get in the Big Ten championship game. That's a big deal for them. How much money would they want to send over to Trey Palmer?
Ooh.
NIL. So all of a sudden, if there's a game where people are going like, "Ah, man, we need this team to win," but they're really not that. They're really not that into it. All of a sudden, the NIL fires went over. So all of a sudden, TCU hits up Iowa State. Hey, listen, we got $1 million here. If you guys can get this game won,
don't give it to them until the result.
No result. No, if you guys get this done, we'll ship this $1 million over to your NIL, and you can disperse it out to your players if they go out and get this game done.
And Palmer, if you get 8 catches
like that, hit a couple big ones right there. $100,000. Think of the craziness that could happen. And it all based off this guy that sent a check to Okie. Does it every year.
Incentive.
So it could be an incentive from outside. Could you imagine? So you're playing in one of those games where it's like at the end of the year in the NFL, it's like, okay, and here's the deal like that. Tell you what, you guys, each one of you guys, here's the bonus money if you guys win this game, because it puts us in the playoffs.
Ooh, yes.
And now you could actually do it.
You can do it.
And it'd be legal.
Yeah.
You could do it. You could reach
100.
out. You could reach out to another program and say, hey, let them know, hey, that whatever version of you could just say Fresno State, your version of 1890. If you guys can pull this off and you guys can upset Utah in this last game, whatever it is like that, this what can go down because it benefits us. Could you imagine that?
I actually can. And it's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, you could do that. The Trey Palmer example is a really good one. When you guys were playing Iowa that year.
Nebraska playing for generally when you say nothing. That there was nothing to gain except for pride in the game. So and the kids were gonna play extremely hard anyway. But my point is, just don't even take that game as an example.
Make it public too.
But just make it public.
Makes it fun.
Makes it really fun. Hey, guess what? There's also if you guys upset this, think how big it was for Alabama to beat Georgia last year in the SEC championship game.
Knock Georgia out.
Knocked them out. That was that because that also knocked Florida State out.
Yes, it did.
It knocked Florida State out. If Georgia wins, Florida State's getting in.
And Georgia.
Yeah, and Georgia. But Florida State's getting in.
Yeah.
So you can just look at it and go, okay, what's got to happen here? Okay, nothing illegal. Just so you guys know, little incentive over there like that. This is what's going down. This is what's going to happen.
Do it now.
We'll write a check.
The Wild West could be wild.
We'll write a check to 1890 for $1 million, and then you guys can disperse it however you want. But this is how it's going to be. And if you have, you get 2 sacks. Yeah. And what'd you get? Well, I just got paid from Indiana. They just sent me $25,000 because I got 3 sacks to upset Purdue, which then knocked out so-and-so from whatever bowl game they're going to go to.
I don't know if this is good for the overall health of the game.
I don't think it is. I don't think, but
people are saying that would not be good.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like the idea though.
The overall health of the game is already sort of questionable.
I'm still sticking with the live board for your own team. I'm sticking.
I love that.
I'm sticking with that forever.
Idea.
But it just came up in my mind when we started talking about that. This guy sends money, so he sends money probably to the basketball program.
Awesome.
He's he becomes a booster for the other team. Because they knock Kentucky. Whoever beats Kentucky
sends him. I wonder what he sends.
Regarding that,
he said it was healthy. He said it was healthy.
That's 6
on the text line. Believer says, "Imagine having the extra money like that guy to just throw it out to somebody else, saying, "Hey, thanks for beating Kentucky." Just imagine having that kind of money. Say, "Thank you."
Yeah,
that's a very healthy check for you.
And you think so? Louisville has had like a horrible run, but when that went down and Oakland beat them, that they had a little bit of happiness again. It's like, okay, that's great, but guess what? Kentucky, you suck too.
Yeah, you suck. You lost to Oakland.
You lost to Oakland. How about that one?
Yeah. You lost to freaking Oakland.
Just thinking out,
Bay Area team.
Thinking out. Thinking that San Jose area, right? No, Michigan. No, it's in Michigan.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Outside the box. Food for thought.
There you go. That's
like
Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Top of the hour next. Your early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Coach Bill Busch. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador online at prg-ne.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Banking should feel personal, not intimidating. At Western National Bank, we're about real connections. Founded by two ordinary guys with an extraordinary vision to know each and every customer personally. Fees, they suck. Avoid all fees with Western National Bank's Compass checking account. No monthly fees, no minimum balances, and get this, 5.12 APY on the first $1,000. Open your Compass checking account online in 5 minutes or less at mywmb.com. Experience the difference with Western National Bank. Visit mywmb.com. Member FDIC.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your liberty and freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to defending the liberty and pursuing justice for those accused. Going to court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we carry that burden for you. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Koppel. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit. Stock number G214773.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also now at 70th and Pioneers. And what does Steve Schindler have today on this April Fool's Day, Bill?
A stroke of luck. A stroke of luck. Through you can bid on storage units that have been locked up for too long, and you can bid on them, and then you get whatever's inside.
Okay, you have my attention.
And so all of a sudden you could be like, oh wow, I just paid $500 and there's $30,000 worth of stuff in there. So it's kind of a storage wars, I think it's called. Is that the correct name of it?
Yes, Storage Wars.
So they have
that was a good show.
They have the same thing with freezers. So they had this up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and for $80, Schindler bought what was inside a sealed freezer from 1974, and it's packed to the brim with McDonald's apple pies in the cardboard box. Remember those in the cardboard box? So the 74
freezer?
A freezer full of them. So
How many?
What's that? Over 6,000. So they
just stacked.
6,000 stacked.
I was like 106,000.
6,000. So they shipped him down to Creighton, and he's got him heated up on. Remember the big rotating thing going? He's got him on there. So today it's apple pies for the next 2 days. Unlimited apple pies. Loop the kids. Get a pie.
Alamo.
And do you remember the box they came in at McDonald's?
Yes.
And it said caution.
Of course I
Contents
remember.
hot inside.
I always wanted a cherry, but apple's fine.
It's just apple. Just apple.
I was trying to think of
And you got to get
6,000.
cautious because the filling the crust was so good.
Superb.
Remember when you got your mom would say, hey, watch it. It's really hot. It's hot. Be careful.
Hot. It was legit
It was
hot.
legit hot. You had to be really careful.
6,000 apple pies in that freezer?
In that freezer. You got it for $80.
This guy is ridiculous.
From the 1970s.
1974 from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
This is a freak here.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Just imagine he's online and he's doing online bidding to see for a freezer that's not been open since 1974, and he had no idea it was full of McDonald's apple pies.
6,000.
And they're still good.
They're still good. Oh yeah,
They're
absolutely. They're refrigerated. They've been frozen. They're perfectly good.
Preserved properly.
They've been preserved
What
properly.
a party in Creighton.
They've already gone. He said they're not even open yet, and they've already been through 200 pies. Yeah, they've been through
So
200
you can
pies.
get. I mean, I said it kind of flip, but you can get ice cream too, right?
Yeah, Cam brought several gallons brought over from Gregor's. Yeah, so you can get
From
a little
Gregor's?
From Gregor's grocery store
Alamo.
right across the street.
That's a happy
you
day.
pull in on gravel, got the gravel parking lot when you pull in. Oh yeah,
That's almost.
what a deal. $80, 6,000 pies.
He had an ice cream social there last week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Now he's got this, but he just dumbed into this. He didn't even plan it.
No.
He's thinking he's going to get like maybe some fishing gear
Yeah.
or maybe a deer rifle or
whatever.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they open it up. It's like, guess what, Steve?
You got to see this
6,000
freezer.
Party's
6,000
on.
Party's
He called Tamara, didn't he?
6,000 apple pies.
He called Tamara
In
and
Fond
said,
du Lac, Wisconsin.
well, we know what we're doing Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
Apple
So
pie
both days.
galore.
Yeah.
God, so
Anything from the text
Yeah,
line, Jack?
Downtown Scott says, is there a per person limit on the apple pies?
No, it's pretty
question,
loose. It's pretty loose like that. Yeah, I'm going to say it's 2 to 3.
yeah, you don't want to
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy
or that gal. Yeah,
whoever. Yeah, that guy take 6 home with me.
No.
You can't take them home with you. You got to eat them. You got to eat them on site.
Okay, do they have tables set up?
So they do. They do.
Just little like
But the
folding table.
No, they just have the standing round tables. You can stand around it. And eat. There's no sitting
So you
down.
don't settle in.
Don't settle in for the day. There's banking to be done.
In and
You
out.
got to do banking.
So no card tables.
It's that no.
Sean in Omaha says the filling was as hot as molten lava. In
It
those
was.
things.
It was. It was.
Yeah,
That's,
the first bite you're like,
the first
"Whoa."
bite was like it was. It was like Yeah,
God,
you
that
was.
was the beauty though.
The I used to always break mine in half.
Did you?
To cool it faster.
Did you?
Yeah, because it was so hot.
And the crust was exquisite.
Oh, it was flaky.
Flaky.
I can.
Like, surprisingly
Can you
good.
still get an apple pie at McDonald's?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're there.
They had the holiday pies. You know, guys, they had the holiday pies. And so many times I drive up and go, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. Then one day I did it, and it was incredible. They had pudding in them, like vanilla pudding, and the crust was just like
the same crust.
Yeah, the crust was strangely good.
I can see the box in front of me right now. It had it was a little concaved on the ends. Remember that?
I just don't know how they came up with that crust.
I don't know either, but it was incredible.
Another person says, "Yum, 50-year-old apple pies. Can't wait." Hey, they've been frozen properly.
They've been frozen properly. Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
A lot of preservatives.
He nailed $80. He's online bidding.
The guy is good and he's lucky.
Yeah, he hits them both.
Daddy.
Yes.
Shin Daddy's the
That's
man.
in Creighton today.
Yes.
And you're saying the buses will be on a loop.
Be on a loop. They just swing them through, get their food, and they're right back.
But it's not all kids.
It's not. What's that?
It's not all kids.
Oh no, everybody can come through on this one. Yeah. Well, they got 6,000. That's a lot.
Yeah. Retirees.
I wanna see this freezer.
Yes, retirees.
They can go in there.
Yes.
They can go in there and just stay.
That's thanks to Midwest Bank and Steve Schindler always
What
for
an
sponsoring
idea.
hour 2 on early break. He's
Fond du
the
Lac.
man.
He went to Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac, yes. You had to go pick them up. You had to take a refrigerated truck up there to get them. 6,000. It's a long drive.
It's remarkable.
Steve Schindler.
I don't even know what to say.
A true man of the people, Steve Schindler.
6,000 pies.
Apple pies at McDonald's. From Fond du Lac.
Oh, those are good.
Thank you, Steve Schindler, West Bank. 464-5685. Call or text as always. So a story came out on Friday.
This story was big.
Jake's on a heater.
Nebraska, apparently it was important to dig into text messages from regents and the governor to Trev Alberts to
call to
tell
action.
him to stay here. Omaha news station KETV, obtained text messages from members of Nebraska's border regents, as well as Governor Jim Pillen, pleading Trev Alberts to stay at Nebraska before he ultimately left for A&M, and Troy Dannon was hired a week later. There's a lot of different levels to go on this. Number one,
talk about an onion. This is
a
an
lot of
onion.
things to peel here.
This is an onion. Yes.
Jake, you have a problem.
Well, my biggest question is was it really important to dig into text messages to see how much Nebraskans were pleading for him to stay? Was it important for, I don't want to shut down KTV, but for a news station to dig into text messages showing Trev we want him to stay? I think that was a little bit probably unnecessary. My own stance there. You guys can disagree if you want, but I thought it was a little weird.
I thought it was creative journalism.
Okay.
I did. I was like, okay, because there's nobody that didn't read it or have interest in it. If you have no interest, you just don't read or really pay attention to it. So I thought for that. Also, I talked to Steve about this, Sipple,
at length
about how you can obtain these, because it's very well known that when you're like at the University of Nebraska, they have different ways to do that. But if you had Nebraska, Wisconsin, wherever you're at, anytime, like at Wisconsin, they would request my emails usually once a month. The media, like once a month.
So there was a media entity that would do this.
They would just do it
as a matter of course. But you knew everything that you emailed from a state public university or if they're paying for your cell phone, that everything is public knowledge. And so that's just something that you do know. So I was asking Steve about that, how that works with. It's a freedom of It's a Freedom of Information Act request. FOIA, we call it in the business. Jake, I get where you're coming from. We always thought at the Journal-Star, we don't want to abuse this, because if you abuse it, an entity like Nebraska Athletics would be like, okay, here comes Sipple with another FOIA request, and you got to pick your spots. So you got to pick your spots. Was this a good spot? I'm kind of with Jake. Like, really? Do we have to know what the text messages were to Alberts? Now, Bill makes a good point. They've generated a lot of discussion.
They have.
Now, I don't use that as the standard to determine whether you should do something or not in our business, because that could lead you down a lot of wrong paths. Well, people will be interested if you find out what certain things, but that doesn't make them right or appropriate.
Agreed.
This is it right or appropriate? I don't know, but it shined a light on something I was uncomfortable with.
What's that?
This sort of level of desperation that
was pretty apparent there.
Yeah, that you saw. And
so everyone it'd be fun to hear from the text line. And this is great. We have Steve, because Sip gets to talk about it from a journalist, because you've done this before, right?
Yes.
So he has information, but there was two ways to that all the information I've got back from other people. There's two ways. It's like, well, how do we look in this? Is it does it look bad for Trev Alberts that he basically wasn't responding? Wasn't responding to anything. Call me, please call. Nothing. The text. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Not much detail. And then so it's like, does that look bad on him? Then does it look bad on those that were desperately reaching out to try to keep him? And then it's like, well, do those look bad?
Isn't the operative question, did KTV also FOIA Trev's responses? I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't request them. I don't know that one. But now, on the other hand, Bill, you've been in job situations. I've been in job situations where it would be more appropriate maybe not to respond. So I cut Trev some slack on that if he didn't.
So you feel it's more the other way, that it looked desperate.
Well, here's what they did. Here's what they said. Okay, now this is what Pillen, Jim, the governor, texted to Trev. Just so you know, as news has broke, Nebraskans are devastated. Devastated if you leave. You represent commitment, grit, and determination. Now, the rest of it was sort of it wasn't written well, so I'll
It
just
was
keep it
not.
at that. Just so you know, as news has broke, Nebraskans are devastated. Devastated isn't too far off. Jake, I think, was you were devastated.
I was shook. How about that? I was shook. As the kids would say, I was shook.
Jake was shook
Because
My
we had no
brother-
idea this was going to happen. There was no inkling of, hey, Trev is going to be departing Nebraska. There's no way to prepare for it.
But to say Nebraskans were devastated, that's a little bit much for me. I think you were.
They were
Seems
shocked.
Like caught off guard would be way more than I would think.
I would say shocked.
I don't know if the state was devastated. Sometimes I think we sort of exaggerate the importance of what goes on in Nebraska athletics. I don't think, as a whole, the state was devastated. Not like if an earthquake had hit. I mean, it's just a guy. It's an administrator.
First-rate ag still did business that day.
There's an administrator leaving for another job. I know this. I was not devastated. I was surprised. Anyway, Tim Clare, a member of the Board of Regents, his tone was more of desperation. He said, if you stay at Nebraska, I would pledge to work with you and our new president. Oh, no, here's what I want to read the first one first. I'd just like you to consider, this is what Tim Clare wrote to Trev. I'd just like you to consider that we changed our structure so that you'd report directly to the president. We've approved every project you brought before us. We have a void at present, but that will be filled soon. Give us a chance. Please call. As we talked about, Bill, I would have almost appreciated a regent writing to Trev, good luck with your new endeavor. We will fill the job soon. It wouldn't bother me if I'd almost prefer that.
Oh, especially how it ended, you would prefer that for sure.
Right.
And that's also why I would
prefer
when you talk about strengths and weaknesses that everybody has. We always say his biggest strength is his biggest weakness. So one of my weaknesses would be that would have been my immediately would have been, because I am much on the take of, like, if somebody comes in, hey, I'm considering this, I might leave. That's good. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
you're not with us.
You know, if you're, that's more my.
Yeah, that's the way.
And I also know that that's not always the right way. So I'm not always that's always the right
It's
way.
not always, of course, it's not always, but I think, I mean, if he's wants to go. We'll find somebody. I mean, there's not just one.
Well, you're
AD.
right. You're right. At this point, right now, you'd love to have seen a text that just said that. Hey, appreciate
good luck to you and your family.
Appreciate your time. Good luck at A&M.
Yeah.
We'll be just fine.
Right.
This all happened in one day, though. I mean, at 9 a.m. we hear the report. 9:30 in the morning we hear the report that Trev Alberts is considering or going to A&M, and it's kind of get quiet for a couple hours, which I'm sure these texts came into play. At 4:30 or 5 p.m., it's official he's going to A&M. So yeah, of course that you're again. That's part of the shock. And not being prepared for this at all. Of course, I'm not. I mean, is devastated the wrong term? Probably so. But this was all completely out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and it happened in a day.
Devastated is a little strong in some cases. Like you, I remember talking to you that day, and you said you stared at a wall for 30 minutes.
I did here at the station.
Yeah. And my older brother Martin was kind of like you. I would say he was really taken aback. I don't know that
taken aback. Yes.
I don't know that devastated applies. I mean, I know plenty of people that don't give a damn about what's going on over there. So devastated would not even come close to describe.
Not for the state. No. Certain people, yes.
Can't be.
Overall, no.
Not devastated.
Just have the price of corn go up and watch how excited people get. Just watch that. Hey, Trev left. Corn went up substantially today. Yeah.
This is an administrator. You find another administrator. Okay. Very rarely have you seen cases where an AD makes or breaks anything. I mean, very rarely. Now, we've seen some break it. We've seen Steve Peterson break the situation. Eichhorst, sort of. But Trev did a good job, but I never looked at him like, if he leaves, we're all in trouble. I never looked at it like that. And I always thought, I thought he'd stay longer, but I never thought of him as a guy that was going to retire here. So, yeah,
the timing made no sense for Nebraska, though.
No, it didn't.
That's why
so it was very surprising.
Yeah, it was
Very
shocking.
surprising.
Yeah, it was very, very surprising. I'm with Steve on the devastation statewide. Yeah, that would not be There's so many more things that would be going on statewide that would
If
do
runs
that.
are closed, it'd be devastating.
It'd be devastating. All of a sudden, there's no more Temperature Tuesday. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
This is why I have a problem with the FOIA though.
Okay, why do you have a problem?
Because he's obviously in a. Did he mean that? Probably, if he had a time to cope and think about this, maybe he wouldn't say the term devastated.
That's
this is
fair.
somebody.
Really fair.
Hey, listen, we have an interim president. Now we have an AD leaving. He's devastated himself. Jim Pillen is.
Well, he shouldn't be.
It's a rough look. So yeah, I mean, he caught him in a bad time. That's why I have a problem with going into the text messages in that
I agree.
8-hour time.
I
span.
don't disagree with you necessarily.
People are freaking out. They don't have time to actually think about their thoughts.
I think, like you said, I don't think anyone.
Their actual thoughts.
Right. I don't disagree with you.
I disagree with them trying to reel it back in. I don't look at that and be like, oh wow, that was crazy to do that. I don't care if you reel it back in.
It just shows a level of desperation.
But it did, yeah. When you read it as a whole, yeah, especially when it didn't end well. You know, when there was some desperation, and then it didn't end well.
I just don't understand. I don't quite understand the level of desperation in those texts. They're not. It's not horrible. I mean, they wanted Trev, they supported him, and they wanted him to stay. I just would have preferred something that wasn't quite as like hysterical, you know.
What's the text line say, Jake?
From the text line, 464-5685. People still saying they're glad to see Trev go because he betrayed Nebraska.
He did. I think there is a level of betrayal in that.
I've got a strong feeling on that.
Dude.
That wants someone that has played here, done the things what Nebraska's done for him. They upped his contract.
Yep.
They have done all the things that, like Tim Clare said in the text,
Set it up for him.
We've approved and supported you on every aspect,
every step,
and yet you're taking a lateral move. I mean, so that's kind of like that. I understand the level right now of like going, no, we're fine. There's no chance. There's no chance that whatever goes on next year, like that with football, or just take football like that. It's like this one's on Trev. This is on Trev. If they do well, it's because he had it set up. They don't do well. No, it's not. No, it's on who's on the field, who's on field coaching. The AD doesn't have anything. There's nothing on. They can screw it up. You can screw it up, but they're just fine with that. Like Will Bolt's like, well, he's falling apart, isn't he? No, they don't even. His players don't even know he's gone. They have no idea.
It doesn't matter.
We had LeBlanc.
We had Dennis. We had our guy
holding things together.
Shane in Waverly says, this feels like something that would have been leaked intentionally to keep all the blame on Trev for leaving and show, quote, we tried everything we could to keep him. How does Dan feel about that?
I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't think it was that. I think it was a freedom of information request that showed this, and that's it. It's sort of odd. Keep going.
We got to get to break. So I was just, again, if someone saw my texts in my darkest moments, I'm screwed. I am screwed.
I'm watching myself die.
Right. I think about myself. I said, I don't have a job anywhere.
I'm not good. I'm in agony.
I put myself in his position and said, this is not good. I don't want anybody reading doing a FOIA on me when I'm in my darkest moment.
Your boys would be
incredible.
Be in trouble.
When we come back, let's talk about this basketball court situation. There's 3-point line issues going on. The NCAA tournament, we'll discuss that next. Early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through April 2nd is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
The Lincoln Marathon hits the streets Sunday, May 5th. Will you be part of the pack? Registration is now open for the full and half marathon at thelincolnmarathon.org. This event offers something for runners of all ages and abilities, from elite athletes to those looking to accomplish a fitness goal or check off a bucket list item. Sign up now to run the marathon on Sunday, May 5th. If running isn't in the cards, consider volunteering on Race Day. Complete event details can be found at lincolnmarathon.org.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
This
Well, good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Quick reminder that First Rate Ag in Holdrege is a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. They've been around for 25 years in business. Reach out at firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris, and please mention the ticket.
Those guys are so great. They text this weekend. They're always checking in all the time. Want to make sure that I got the fertilizer down and what's going on. They're out doing it. You know, they're working 18-hour days right now. They just remember they had a blizzard out there, a week ago, with snow-covered fields, and they were still putting fertilizer down on top of it. So it settled in nice when the snow melted, the fertilizer settled in, and all of a sudden it was just nitrogen mania. And everything is taking off. Things will be growing and green out in the Holdridge area.
Think about it.
And they can travel now too. They can get to a lot of spots. They're on the move.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes and just imagine it. What it's like to have fertilizer delivered to your house.
Putting it on the snow is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. They did something different. They do it. They're the first that they did. They do it on snowmobiles. And they go out on snowmobiles, and they got that, and they're just
it's called finding a way.
Finding a way to get it done on snowmobiles, and Chris is just whipping it off the back.
It's like you whip fat off the interstate.
Get fat off the interstate. He's just whipping nitrogen around.
Like Johnny Appleseed.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
Very
nice.
Johnny Appleseed, yes.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, with fertilizer. Boom. On snowmobiles racing around. Remember, they were also delivering brisket to those who got stuck on the roads.
Badass.
Good people. Badass and good people. First Rate Ag.
How do you get a hold of him?
FirstRateAg.com, or again, you can call them at 308-995-8327.
Thank you.
Ask for Parker.
Say it one more time. I always imagine people going, I can't remember that number.
Here we go.
Do it again.
Yeah.
308-995-8327. First Rate Ag. FirstRateAg.com also. There's a situation yesterday.
Okay.
This is good.
The women's tournament, the NCAA women's, the Elite Eight.
I thought it was fake news.
This was real news. It's crazy. So in Portland for the Elite Eight, Texas and NC State were playing. NC State won the game, by the way, on to the Final Four.
God, the women are in the Final Four and the men. Okay.
That's right.
Life's good right there in Raleigh.
However,
how about that, AD? He's walking around. What do you want to do?
2 teams in the Final Four. No big deal. No big whoop.
No big whoop.
Here's the problem, though. The NCAA measured pregame the 3-point lines, and they were different on both sides of the court. One,
that's incredible.
And here's the thing: you can tell it's clearer when you look before they measure it. It's that one is obviously farther back than the other.
You can see it when they show it.
Eyeball. You can eyeball it.
They measure pregame, confirmed that one side is a different 3-point length than the other. NC State and Texas agreed to play through this. How does this even happen?
The interview. Listen to the interview with the Texas coach who lost afterwards, and he was just like, "I didn't even know how to explain this." He said, "He goes, don't blame me." He goes, "I'm not on trial here, but only in women's athletics." He said, "He goes, how can this happen?"
That's Portland.
I was in Portland. Yeah. There was a statement by the NCAA. They said the NCAA was notified today that the 3-point lines on the court at Moda Center in Portland are not the same distance. The two.
It's like the free throw line on one side, like 2 feet shorter. Everyone's clanking balls.
It said the two head coaches were made aware of the discrepancy and elected to play a complete game on the court as is, rather than correcting the court and delaying the game. The court will be corrected before tomorrow's game in Portland.
Oh, nice job, guys.
Yeah.
They're the best part.
How do you mess up the 3-point
They have the
line?
picture of the person holding the tape on the free throw line. They're measuring it back to the 3-point line. It's hilarious. And then they had where the two coaches were stepping it off, like in their loafers, just stepping it off, and like, I mean, they have to look at each other, going like, "What are we doing?
How does this even happen?
How could
this the Elite Eight?
How could this ever happen?"
It just begs the question of what else is wrong on that court. I mean, you want to measure the rims, maybe?
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
And somewhere when something like this happens, somewhere there's someone this falls directly on. The engineer, somewhere how this is done. I don't know how you'd even.
I've never heard this happen anywhere where lines have been different.
I couldn't imagine this. And then the problem with this also is I don't know how far away, or there had to have. I'm shocked they didn't have another court right there, because they're put in like a puzzle. They just put them in, boom, 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 and these courts were made wherever and shipped there for the tournament.
Is that how it works in the women's too?
Yes.
Is it really?
But I'm shocked
what you're saying.
there wasn't another court that was properly marked, that was in the facility. It wouldn't have had all the logos on there.
Yeah.
On there.
But,
it wouldn't have had any of that stuff, but it would have had at least the proper. Imagine if the game came down to a 3-point shot, and a team wins it. And it should have been a 2 or whatever. It's like, can you imagine that?
Hang on a second.
Or vice versa, I guess.
Oh,
yeah, that's a level of negligence you don't expect.
You couldn't imagine it.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the Super Bowl and you measure it off and the field's 98 yards. Also, like, holy crap, this is shocking.
Something's off.
Something's off.
Or
here.
like the goalpost or not the proper distance. Yeah, it'd be weird. What are we doing?
We've never heard a story like this before ever, where where free throw lines, whatever line it was different on one side of the court than the other. I mean, if it's wrong completely, usually on both sides.
It's interesting.
There's one that's clearly off. If you watch the video, you can tell. Yeah, it's visibly longer.
I want to know: is it a rule that you measure it before the game, or was somebody just like, hey, look at this?
No, this looks,
it doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right. I wonder who's the one who sleuthed it out.
Right. It's not the same as the other side.
Anything from the breakers?
Yeah, text line is with us.
Want to do a roll call?
Do roll call. You can swim, do roll call.
Let's see. Someone
do a quick roll call.
Someone from Wahoo says, just imagine the court crew looking at their work from up above as the players warming up saying, please don't notice. Please don't notice.
Exactly.
Please don't notice.
Don't notice. They just go like, we know it's wrong. When did you guys figure it out? About 2 hours ago. What'd you say? Nothing.
I hope nobody notices.
No one notices.
One
of us is getting
when
fired.
you see one of them start to look a little bit like this looks, all of a sudden, and then how about this one? You're sitting there, all of a sudden they come out with the tape measure. You're like, okay, not good. Not
what
good.
the coach is doing down there, stepping it off. We're screwed.
We're screwed.
Yeah, we're
But
screwed.
somewhere it had to be. This has to be an engineering error, right? It does. It's like because you don't just go out. You don't freehand it in. You don't just draw it in with a marker.
Get the marker, Bill. Yeah, right here.
On the show this morning,
might.
Someone came in. When I was driving this morning. They had was it Perloff? Is that
Maggie
right?
and Perloff.
They're really good. We're laughing so hard about just putting athletic tape down, just taping it off. Imagine playing the NCAA, going to the Final Four, and they have tape out there.
Yeah.
Someone said, a believer says, you had one job.
Yeah, exactly.
You had
One job. Exactly. They weren't asking for a lot. And I bet after that, you're right.
It's not.
They had to measure everything from that point in time. Okay, is the free throw line right?
What else is
right?
wrong here? Yeah.
It's remarkable. And I couldn't imagine. Just listen to the Texas coach afterwards. It's really good. He's like, I'm not on trial here.
Okay.
This
is from ESPN.
Okay, thank you.
This is a quick little graph. It says, according to ESPN stats and information tracking, teams during the 5 games so far in the Portland Regionals shot 29% from the three-point line that was too short, compared to 33% from the standard three-point line. They shot worse from the line that was actually shorter. They shot worse.
That makes sense.
They shot worse.
It makes sense because that's just not where you're used to.
Right.
Being a little bit. My next question is, how many games were played?
5 games.
5 games were played with it wrong.
Nobody noticed.
No one noticed it. No one noticed it for 5 games. How about this one? And the 6th one gets them. Oh, so close. Imagine this one. They almost survived. They get done. Hey, just take that court. Yeah, I'm just going to move that. We're going to move that. We never see that court again. Never shows up anywhere again. Oh God, I love the part two where they said, so we're going to fix this. We're going to get this right. Thank you.
So an amazing story.
Humans can be flawed, and
it's a big flaw. This is the NCAA tournament.
And then who gets beat up more than the NCAA?
Nobody.
They don't. Nobody. And right now they're like, well, you have
Here we go again.
You have 2 jobs really: run the women's tournament and run the men's tournament. That's your money maker. That's everything's that. Run these tournaments. Couldn't get her done.
Texas loses.
Yep. NC State beat Texas. So NC State is in the Final Four in both men's and women's basketball. Yeah. As you guys said, the AD's got a puffed out chest today. He's feeling pretty good.
He's probably like, hey, A&M, maybe should have called down here. See this? Yeah, we took a 10 seed in the tournament. We're in the Final Four. We won 9 in a row. And our women are doing great too, FYI. When we beat Duke twice in this thing, we beat North Carolina. All your arch rivals.
But where's Iowa in all this?
Iowa plays, I believe,
tonight. It should be
that for you.
6 p.m. tonight. They play LSU.
Ooh.
It's going to be dicey. This will be like the most watched game ever in women's sport, in women's basketball.
That is a big one tonight.
It will be on ESPN. Iowa is a 1.5 point favorite in this game. A rematch of last year's national title.
1.5 point.
And there's
6 p.m. on ESPN.
There's drama everywhere.
Mulkey.
UCLA got in, and Mulkey and UCLA and LSU got into things. Then now she's going after a columnist from the Los Angeles Times.
That's right.
And they've already went after the one from the Washington Post.
Right.
And then it comes back that it was well written.
The Washington Post wasn't a hit piece.
Wasn't a hit piece at all. It was all about this. The inside was like, wasn't that Tony Kornheiser really put this thing to bed a few days ago, and he goes, the piece will be incredibly written and it will be factual. So it's not a hit piece.
It wasn't really a hit piece.
No, it wasn't. It was just kind of the inside of what drives people, what happens. But anyway,
Mulkey was being a little paranoid. I think she didn't like the line of questioning to some people and some of the stuff he was trying to dig up. His name was Bab. It wasn't a column. It was just a profile on her. It's
a classic example of if she just says nothing. All she had to just say, yeah, it's unfortunate. We got a big game though, and just move on. It would have just been way different then. But when she was, I will sue.
Yeah, Mulkey's combative.
I have lawyers. I will sue. And then it comes out that it wasn't
nothing to sue about.
No, and it was you can't sue. It's factual. Well, they dug up people that don't like me. Well, that's still factual,
right?
I mean, every people don't like them.
There's a natural distrust some coaches have for the media, and it's escalated. And
she said that. That's why we don't trust the media anymore.
She said that.
I mean, so she basically threw everyone in. So she took a shot at you.
Yeah, she did.
She took a shot at Sipple.
You're going to take that sip?
Yeah. I do understand it though. I mean, there's so much wrong. I mean, we've talked about it. You don't even know what media is anymore. You don't. It's hard to. Sometimes there's such a gray line now, and I have noticed that over the last 15 or so years, I've noticed it in my own work. You can get stuff wrong, and it's not. There's not the level of accountability has dropped so far. It's almost scary. When we used to, I've told Jake this story. When we would use it, it used to be at the Journal-Star if you used an unnamed source, you had to get it approved by the publisher, by the managing editor, and your direct editor. And you had to explain why you're using an unnamed source. Why can't you name this source? Why is this story? Why do you even have to use it?
When you went to your publisher, so I've got an unnamed source, did you have to name your source to him?
Oh, that's a good question. God dang, Bill. I don't think that you did.
Didn't you?
I don't think that you did. You probably had to describe that person in some way, why that person is being used, but I don't recall them ever directly asking the name. But then toward the end of my career, but you didn't have to ask anybody.
A name source.
Yeah. But there was a time when it was quite a to-do where you had to.
It sounds very
involved.
But it sounds credible. Sounds perfect.
Oh, I know. That's the way it should be.
Unnamed source. You got to get 3 people because there's probably someone sitting there at the Journal-Star going like, hang on a second. We're not doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not doing that.
There was denied.
There's like,
you get denied sometimes.
We're not doing that one.
You don't need
That's
to do
why
that.
I wonder if you had to name, if it says, well, just FYI, this is the source. And then someone goes, yeah, we're not doing that.
There's websites now where there's no editor. There's no managing editor. There's no nothing. I mean, it's just that person.
But you also get to post the fake news. The stuff I said, I mean, it's stuff wasn't said. And it's posted on
on something. Twitter, TikTok.
Like I said, it's like the Onion. It's like the Onion.
Jake noticed I got caught one time. And he's like, no, that's not real.
That's not a real story.
I was like, it's not.
You got.
I thought it.
I told you I send it out to Tim Beebe and Lauren Swigert daily. True or false?
A fake story.
True or false? And they would be.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard. And then sometimes I'm like, do you really think that Lincoln Riley said we're going to slap some barbecue sauce on the Big Ten and show them how it's done?
Bill's doing a true or false thing with this guy.
It's
amazing.
True or false? Lauren Swigert, leading tackler at Norfolk.
Yeah. Talk about another regal dresser.
Yes, he is like that. Yes.
Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568. Find a chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today is April Fool's Day, so we're doing some funny guys today, some pranksters out there.
Pranksters.
Yes, funny people in the world. Actors.
That's the category.
Funny actors.
I don't think that ties together.
Funny actors.
That ties together.
That made it happen. 464.
You reached on that one. It's like the song.
5685. Shut up, Simple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Trivia. Yeah, maybe I reached this one. Funny actors on April Fool's Day. Pranksters out there.
Pranksters.
Yeah. Yeah, well, guys are funny. I don't know. It's probably an overall reach, but I wanted people that are funny.
That's fine.
On Fool's
You're fine.
Day.
You're fine.
We got James. James, how do you feel about funny actors in the spirit of April Fool's Day?
Good.
Okay. All right,
Good.
James. Thank you.
Good. That was quick. Good. All right, here we go.
I think you get a couple funny actors sitting right beside you.
Wow, James. All right, Bill's a lifeline for Sip for one question as always. James, first question to you. What funny guy played father roles in 2 different sitcoms, Frank Costanza in Seinfeld and Arthur Spooner in The King of Queens?
That'd be Jerry Stiller.
Brilliant.
Incredible in both parts.
Did you know that one?
Yeah, I loved him in.
Did you know Jerry Stiller?
I loved him in. I think Jerry's gone.
He's lost.
He's
he
all right.
passed away last year.
But I liked him. I even liked him better in King of Queens.
He was so good.
Arthur Spooner in the basement was so good.
He was amazing.
Last year, is that accurate information?
We don't know right now.
I'm pretty sure about that.
We just throw things out now. We don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
We don't. Within the last 2 years, for sure, he's passed away.
Okay, I was going to say.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, John Des Moines got me.
He'll get me on this one.
Yeah, he got me thinking. We got to start tightening up a little bit.
All right, Sip, for the tie, your first question. Speaking of Seinfeld, what funny guy played the role of Cosmo Kramer in Seinfeld? You know his name.
This is Bill. Bill, I'm leaning on you here.
Richards.
Brilliant.
Michael Richards is his name. Michael Richards.
Nailed it.
So Bill is out, but used properly. Back to you, James, for the lead. What funny guy played the role of Michael Bluth in Arrested Development?
Jason Bateman.
Brilliant.
Also played a serious role in Ozark, which is one of your favorite shows of all time. Sip.
Jason Bateman's one of the funniest.
He's very good.
If he's in a show, I want to watch it.
He is.
But he was serious in Ozark, and it was really good, too.
Horrible Bosses. He was
He was
really
great,
good.
yes, he was.
Have you ever seen him in The Gift? Really?
I don't think so.
Serious movie. Great job by him.
You're down 2-1. Bill, can I help you? Last question, Sip, to force the tiebreaker. What funny guy played the role of Fraser Crane in Frasier?
Oh, don't do this. I can see him.
Can you use me again?
Sadly, he can't.
His name's not Fraser?
In the show it is. That's not his real name.
His name's not Crane.
No.
Come on.
5 seconds.
I don't think I'm going to do this. I can see him.
Look at Bill's face. Look at him. You're killing Bill right now.
I know the guy.
5 seconds. Can't help. 5.
I've read about it.
4. 3.
Harrison Ford.
Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Good job.
He was at the Husker-Rutgers game 2 years ago when Nebraska won 14-13. He was on the sidelines of that game. He was in Piscataway.
Very odd. That bothers me because I was there. I was the defensive coordinator. I was there.
You were there. They showed him before the game, like roaming the sidelines.
You were calling the game.
I was tied up a little bit.
You were tied up.
You didn't see him for a good reason. You were busy, but he was at the
That was a
Rutgers
win,
game.
by the way. You guys won that game. Kelsey
Yes,
Grammer.
he was there.
Racked up about 100 yards of offense.
What was the connection? What was the connection?
I don't know if he's from Jersey, what was going on, but he was. I remember they showed him, but Kelsey Grammer of all the people is roaming the sidelines.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it would be a big deal.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. Kelsey Grammer was
Frazier's in the building.
That was a game. That was a hard-hitting game. That's what I remember.
It's very violent.
No.
Yeah.
Congrats to James.
And Hartzell got a big play at late, right? Got a pick late, right?
He did.
We got intercept
Hartzell, right?
to end the game. Yes.
That's right. Tiebreaker, Bill. How old is Michael Richards? Cosmo Kramer.
71.
Ooh, I'm going under.
73. I would never have guessed that Kelsey Grammer was younger than Michael Richards. Kelsey Grammer, 69 years old. Michael Richards is 73. I would never guess that.
You know, those guys are that old. Man, it goes fast. Keep that in mind.
So, congrats to James. He wins today. But, Bill would have had 2 questions right today.
God.
At least 2.
Kelsey Grammer,
they're pranksters.
Yeah.
On April Fool's Day.
Pranksters.
I don't even know what kind of. I don't think that's right.
They're funny guys.
They're pranksters.
They're pranksters.
It was a stretch, but you know what?
Simple got us on April Fool's.
He
got me. If I get lie,
We
you
just
got
made
me.
fun of it. He
Just
got
made
us, but
fun
it
of
was
me, just like,
incredible timing.
When did you get? When you were driving in, you go, I got this.
No, it just hit me at the right there.
That's well done.
That was so well done.
Spillovers next, and early break in the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, April 12th. See Home Club for details.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
From here.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. We got Chris Raff with us today, back from a trip. Good to see you, Raff, here back again.
Good morning. You're back in Lincoln.
I'm back.
How are your flights?
They're good. Smooth.
From Alabama to where?
Alabama to Chicago to Omaha.
Okay, where do you fly out of in Alabama?
Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Okay. Huntsville.
So a little airport.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's a little bit bigger than Lincoln.
Is it?
Okay,
Yeah.
good. It's a good comparison there. Thank you, Ralph.
Yep.
By the way, I didn't mean to make a correction here. Jerry Stiller. This is how the years are flying by, okay? I thought Jerry Stiller passed away last year. I remember when it happened. We talked about it on the airwaves.
You said it was certainty.
I did.
And
I
I
thought
said, are
he
you
passed
sure about
away
that?
last year. He passed away in May of 2020.
Raph,
That was
on
4 years ago.
Raph, on our show, I feel we need to tighten up on facts.
Let it ride.
Nope. How are you guys?
We're pretty
You're
good.
pretty good on facts, Raph. I've noticed that about you.
We're pretty good. We're
Yeah.
pretty good about that. Every once in a while. I think, what was it? I think, was it a year and a half ago? I think AD mentioned something about Homer Jordan, the Clemson quarterback, passing away, and we had to come back real quick and go, I think we met Danny Ford, the head coach, but no, that's the only
That's
thing.
a minor.
It's a minor
mess up there.
minor. Yeah.
You don't want to, yeah.
We messed up 4 things in the first segment today,
We did.
but we had John Des Moines correct them for us. That's helpful.
Last time Purdue was in the Final Four was 1980. That's not Gene Keady. Keady was not the coach. It was Lee Rose. We assumed Keady, it seemed like.
We did assume that.
Yeah, and it was.
We were wrong about UCLA's last appearance in the last victory was 1995 in the NCAA tournament. Last championship.
Yes.
Last championship.
John in Des Moines has been pretty good about correcting us. And I have a friend who will call me out sometimes and say, you were just off on that. Be careful. So
Also,
tighten up, Jake.
Also, Journey's in the Hall of Fame as of 7 years ago. The
We-
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We've said on numerous occasions that Journey's not in the Hall of Fame. That's just erroneous information that we should. I'm not joking
They did
around.
it for 7 years for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
now I'm
7.
not. There's no joking around here. I'm not. This is not. We need to tighten up. We need to tighten
Gotta
up.
get our facts right here in the show.
Yeah,
Maybe some classes during the day you guys can meet. And
Well, I know this. When I listen to talk radio, I don't want to hear the host spewing facts that are wrong because you're listening partly to learn, right?
Correct.
But
of the
as we've
entertainment-
discussed, though, it is tough, especially on a day like today, April Fool's Day, where there might be stuff pop across Twitter, and you don't actually vet it, and you just say, "Hey, we got breaking news. This happened."
We were just wrong. It had nothing to do with April Fools.
I know.
We were just fooled.
But today, you'll have a lot of people that get duped by fake stories.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
every day there's fake stories, but today there'll be way more than usual.
Are you doing any April Fool's stuff, Raph?
No.
Don't say it.
No.
Why would I ask you that question?
No, no April Fool's stuff. It's been talked about, so I don't think there'd be any way I could pull it over anything on anybody here today.
You can't tease an April Fool's. It's got to happen.
It's got to be
without saying
impromptu.
it.
It's got to be so natural and so smooth. So
We had one this morning that Sip The timing was incredible. We start off the show saying, don't fall for anything stupid today. It's April Fool's Day. And then Sip, somehow we missed this, said, I have some news. I'll be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Me and Bill, after we just had said, don't get duped, we got duped. He got us.
Really? You're going to be gone?
The timing was perfect. We actually were, he got us.
Nailed
it was perfect timing. It was perfect timing.
Yeah.
Ralph, before we get out of the Final Four is set. It's Purdue against NC State, UConn against Alabama. Can anybody beat UConn? That's the big question right now.
I'm still saying no. I'm still
saying
I'm agreeing with Ralph here. Not
Purdue.
No, I think it's UConn again. Back to back. First time since Florida.
I think you're right. I think those guys, Bill and Jake, made a good point that Edey, who had 40 points and how many rebounds yesterday? 16 rebounds. He won't get that done if they were to advance Purdue, if Purdue was to advance to place UConn, because UConn's big. Klingon, yeah, and they're big. So I'm not saying Edey would be canceled out, but they're not going to be able to go to him like they did the other day, and they often do.
Yeah.
And is Purdue's supporting cast as good as UConn's? You would say no.
No. It's UConn.
UConn is rolling.
They play the game, so you never know.
Klingon's had a great tournament too. If it was UConn versus Purdue, Edey is the back-to-back player of the year in college basketball, deservedly so. But Klingon had a great year, and he really, kind of last year in the tournament, he made a big run to become what he was, and this year's been great. And this tournament, he's been awesome. I think he had 22 points and 10 boards against Illinois.
I hope for the tournament's sake and for the sake of college basketball that this is UConn versus Purdue, because I think that's what you want to see.
Yeah,
one versus one. You want one seeds,
Yeah,
fun.
The
tournament got fun this week, though. The Elite Eight games were great. That I told the guys, I judge it by how often I get the chills. I was getting the chills 3 or 4 times this week.
Purdue, Tennessee was a great basketball game. It really was.
I got the chills.
Edey and Dalton Connect, both stars were both going off and playing incredibly good basketball, which is what you want to see. And then Alabama, Clemson was
great game.
Not the same.
It was a great game.
It was. UConn, Illinois was not a good game.
No.
That's because UConn's on a different level. They've won 10 straight tournament games, Raph, all by 12-plus points. Domination the last 2 years in the tournament.
Yeah, they've beaten teams in this tournament by an average of 27.8 points per game. I think it's 27.8, 27 points something.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Blowing them out.
I'm excited for the 3-point competition. Keisei Tominaga. Let's ride.
When is this?
I think it's right before the
Saturday,
Final Four games.
Yeah. Yep. Saturday in Phoenix.
Keisei's in it.
Yes, he is.
Keisei.
We root for him.
100.
I said,
is it be televised or not?
I think isn't that the one that's on ESPN like the night before or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think like the skills competition.
Okay.
So I think it will be on.
Well, we will get the facts right now before he's
we
are tightening up.
We're tightening up on this show. We'll get that figured out.
I want to see him take Coach Hoiberg too, man. He was bombing. Good
so
Lord.
there was something on social media that he made 25 in a row.
That's what he said, but they just showed him, on the last basket. So he might have been joshing
you saw him make 5 or 6 in a row for sure. He did make that. We saw that.
There was a time, it was a couple years ago that we were at practice and Fred was shooting, and it's pretty remarkable how well he can still shoot.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing a drill. He had to miss threes, like to get long rebounds. Right. And it's like it's hard for him to miss. He made a couple. He's trying to intentionally miss, and he couldn't. Because he's locked into that form.
I could not stand him when we played him. He was so good.
At Iowa State.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
We both do.
At Devaney, he would just take it to Nebraska. And then remember they'd have the big Iowa State contingent that would be sitting at the top just kill Nebraska.
Wow.
That.
Not as loud as the Jayhawk flock.
No.
But still loud.
Yeah.
All right.
We will pass it off to Raf, AD, and Amon Green next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience.